Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you're listening to us on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your Olympic evening, even though the Olympics are, over for today. But some channel would have you believe otherwise.
They'll be back soon.
They'll be back tomorrow.
Bright and early.
Yep. Earlier than probably any of us will be getting up.
Yeah.
Because it's obnoxious in that terrible country. We'll get to that later. But right now, thank you for joining us tonight. Remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. Tweet your questions to us to @high_on_sports. Tweet with the hashtag #HighOnSports if you're talking about the show or something we're talking about. Get into the chat room. It asks for a password. You do not need to put one. Just put a name, hit enter. You are immediately logged in talking to myself, Ashley, Von Erich, and whoever else may be in there tonight. Get to the website, highonsportsradioshow.com. It's got the archive of all our past shows, my blog, bunch of other fun stuff. Again, highonsportsradioshow.com. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com, /HighOnSports. Facebox.
Okay.
They're merging with Xbox for the ultimate social networking gaming experience. The Facebox. Get it in stores. Anyways, let's get right into things here. Jam-packed show for you. It is round one. Let's go. All right, now obviously we could start off international tonight, but we're not. We're going to start local. And we're going to start, of course, with our beloved Cleveland Browns. The learner name has been attached in some capacity as an owner of the Browns since the 1970s, when the elder Lerner, Al Lerner, purchased 9% of the Browns in the 1970s, and of course in 1998 bought the expansion team $530 million. He passed away in 2002 of brain cancer. In step Randy Lerner. If you haven't heard, and I'm sure you've heard by now, if you're a Cleveland fan, the Browns are for sale and may have almost completely been sold.
I got $10
at this point. I
got $10.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he asked for a little more in the $920 million range, which the Browns were just a Forbes list of the top sports franchises in the world, financially speaking, just came out. The Browns actually pretty high on the list. I believe they were around 20.
Yeah.
On there, just under $1 billion. They're worth about $900 some odd million.
Are they really worth that much money,
Yeah.
though?
Oh yeah,
The Lerner family is loaded.
It's the brand too. It's not just you can't look at just on the field. Look what I'm wearing right now, a Browns shirt. They got some money for that, and not to mention you have a lot of older Browns fans around the world. Former Speaker of the House Condoleezza Rice is a devoted Browns fan.
Okay.
Former
Did not know
home
that.
run champion Hank Aaron is a confirmed Browns fan. A lot of Browns fans out there, as far as like older people go, because they remember back when the Browns were like the franchise, back when the Browns were
won
the
8
Patriots,
championships.
where people walk
and
around
Jim
with a
Brown was running over fools.
flat-brimmed Browns hat when they're not even from Cleveland, although they definitely did not do that back then. But you see the point. It's the legacy that it has and the tradition and everything. You get the top half of the state of Ohio, and the Browns. They have an organization. If you're not part of it, it's free to sign up to. You go to clevelandbrowns.com. You sign up. You get a card, too. I have a card. They send you a card. It's called the Browns Backers Worldwide. It's this big Browns fan organization. They have membership centers in, like, Scandinavia. There's a Norwegian Browns Backers Association.
Legit.
The Browns have a global brand. It's not as popular as like a soccer team or something, a Manchester United. But the Browns do have fans really all over the world, especially because you know how every other country sort of gets what we're doing decades late. Like how, like
so
people,
right now they've got our 60s team.
Yeah, people in like the Middle East are just learning about blue jeans and stuff right now. And they're like, blue jeans and this, like John Cougar Mellencamp. This stuff's pretty cool, Going to the malt shop and stuff. But
oh my God.
they're just getting tape of the Browns championships from the 60s just right now. So they're like, hey, these Browns, they're pretty good. That was Norwegian? Wow, my accents are off today. Huh. I don't know what that was. It was like some kind of Middle Eastern falafel thing or something. Anyways, but anyways, of course, the Browns are for sale, and they may be very, very soon sold to truck stop magnate Jimmy Haslam III. Tennessee native. His brother is currently the governor of Tennessee. Now, the big question, obviously, I don't care whose names is on the check. My ultimate concern is new owner. How can we be sure that this team is going to stay in Cleveland? Well, first of all, because obviously there's an opening in Los Angeles right now where there's a shiny new stadium and pretty much everybody wants to go play there. Do not fear about that, as a team is expected to be in Los Angeles within the next, 3 to 5 years. But the Browns, excuse me, have a lease with the city to play their home games in Cleveland until at least 2029. So we have them guaranteed here till 2029.
And don't we own the name?
Yeah, the
Browns?
city
They
made
can't.
sure
They can take the team from us, but they can't take the brown
Yeah.
and orange.
Yeah.
They can't take the name of the Browns. They can't do any of that. We took care of that last time we went through this sort of thing.
And I was talking with someone. Another thing is, I really don't think the NFL would ever let someone take football from Cleveland again.
It's highly profitable.
Because even though we're not winning games at the moment, it's still making a crap ton of money for the NFL.
We got scared when they left.
Yeah.
And when they came back, we're not taking it for granted now.
No.
People are going. They don't care how bad the product on the field has been.
It's
They're
better
going.
than not having any football.
The
Because
last-
what was it, 5 years of no football? It was miserable. Thank God the Indians were lighting it
that's
up
the
in the
beauty of it. You
90s.
only
Because
have-
if it wasn't for that, I'm pretty sure Cleveland would have.
You only have 8 games. So
Yeah.
it's not hard to sell
It's
those
really
out at all.
not, yeah.
And not to mention the fact that the last Browns game I went to was a point where the season was gone. The Browns, there was no chance. But I went to it because they were playing the Colts, and I got to see Peyton Manning in person. You only get eight times you get someone coming into play. And a lot of times, there's a very special or transcendent player that you get to go see.
Yeah.
I got to go see Peyton Manning.
I was
Granted,
at a
I watched
Colts
him
game.
kill the Browns, but I got to see Peyton Manning go out there and play football live. And that was a great experience. Would have been better if the Browns won, but, it happens quite a bit. But either way, the sale could be signed off on officially as early as August, at which point all of the owners have to get together to vote whether or not they approve. No signs indicating they wouldn't approve. But the next owners meeting isn't scheduled for October. However, Mike Holmgren has said that given the selling of a team, it's possible they could sort of get an
Move it up,
impromptu
yeah.
meeting sooner, perhaps also in August, to get maybe this whole thing finalized before the season even starts. Now, details coming through, Lerner will retain 30% of the Browns.
Oh, okay.
30% of the team will remain. He will remain 30% ownership, which obviously is not a decisive ownership. It's not a majority ownership. He can't make any decisions, but he gets to sit at home and let the money keep coming in. 30% of it, that is. But as per this sale, and this part we have no details on, but at some point years from now down the road, Mr. Haslam will have the option to buy out those 30% somewhere down the road. We don't know when.
Yeah, and then when that happens, he'll turn around and take the team somewhere else.
No, it's
They
not.
can't do
It'll never leave Cleveland.
The two things, though, what I was going to say, those about that is, first of all, by 2029, LA will have a team.
Yeah.
Which at that point, where are you moving to?
Yeah, because
Mexico
then there's
City?
nowhere left.
That's
Because where we
it.
went last time, Baltimore's got their team. LA will be filled, so where the hell are you going to move to? And plus,
the major markets are just fine.
the NFL, they know not to let football leave Cleveland because people will die. And it's marketable. It's not like it's not making any money. The NFL's making huge money
Let's not forget
off
the
of
fact
us.
we soon may have 2 expansion teams joining the NFL.
Yeah.
Goodell has said within 5 years or so, if there's not an LA team, which it looks like there might not be because every time a name comes up, something happens. The Vikings, people had them signed and delivered to Los Angeles. then a deal passed for a brand new stadium. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. So it's very likely that Goodell has said he would keep the leagues even. So if he added an expansion team to Los Angeles, he would add another one, to the AFC or NFC, whichever doesn't get it. So you're looking at the fact that by 2029 comes around, LA will have a team along with another mystery city. Another major market is going to have another football team. There's nowhere left to go.
Yeah.
Salem, Oregon.
Right?
I don't know.
Where, you're going to make some money there.
You're out. You're done. There's no market you can move to bigger than Cleveland at that point in time.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else you can go there's a Columbus, but that's highly unlikely. The league wouldn't even allow that because it's too close to Cincinnati.
And another thing is, even if somehow he did take the team, we'd still have the stadium, so we just be an expansion team the next year, and we'd have to start all over. So I mean, it would blow, but we'd still have football. So
also,
because they can't take the city.
Also,
owns the Browns.
it should be noted that we learned our lesson last time this happened.
Yeah.
Legal parameters have been put in place. Legal parameters that we don't know, but we know that the city has legal options to take against an owner should they decide to move the team again. Obviously, we keep the rights and everything, but I guess, due to some contracts and stuff with the team and with the NFL, we have some lawsuits and legal actions we can take directly to the owner if he tries to move. So we have ways of trying to go about preventing that. So all you people out there that worried we're going to move, calm down. Slow your roll a little bit here. The Browns are not going anywhere anytime soon. So we can rest comfortably on that. Now, there are other factors here. We may soon see a lot of change, though.
Yeah.
Bear that in mind. This could be the end for Mike Holmgren. He might not be here through all this season.
Doesn't he, new guy, want to bring in someone from Philly?
Well, here's the thing.
He knows?
That one guy he knows is part of his investment team going after the team. A man by the name of Joe Banner, whose name surfaced about a month or two ago. When Joe Banner stepped down as president of the Philadelphia Eagles, claiming he wanted to get into the business side of things and team ownership. Then there was that report where reportedly he was looking at three teams, the Bills, the Rams, and the Browns, which the Browns were the only ones that had issued a statement, which was they said, we're not for sale. Obviously, they were kind of lying. But then the Rams had just finalized a new owner about 2 years ago. So that was stupid. Yeah. And then the Bills, the owner of the Bills, what's his name, Gailey, I think, or whatever his name is, the guy that owns the Bills, he said that he's not going to sell the team until he dies. He says, once I die, whatever happens to it, happens to it, but you're not selling it in my lifetime. So there's no way he's in talks right now to sell the team.
Yeah.
So that article immediately had people thinking like, okay, not true. It's a fake. Clearly they were right about at least one of those teams, and it is the Browns, because Joe Banner is involved in the investment group that Haslam is heading to buy the team. That means Joe Banner is going to get some undisclosed percent of this team. You look at it this way. All right, he's going to want a majority. We're looking at 51% at least, minimum. It's going to be more than that, but 51% minimum is going to go to Jimmy Haslam. And then 30% is going to stay with Lerner right now. That leaves a wiggle room of 19%. So that means Banner is going to get anywhere between 1 to 19% of this team. Probably not the whole 19%. We're probably looking about just under 10, maybe an 8 or 9 range, something along those lines. But the fact of the matter is, he's a man who's been the team president of the Eagles for multiple years. He's probably going to want to come in and be team president of the Browns. It would be like a more powerful Mike Holmgren in that he has a decision as to whether or not he's fired. It'd be like right now, if Lerner, let's say this whole selling the team thing is going on, Lerner's done with Holmgren, he says, Holmgren, get out. End of discussion. He's fired. But if you say get out and the guy's like, I own 9% of this team, we have to take this to the board and we have to vote and everything like that. You're a percentage of your own boss in that regard, which is really, you can look into it as what Banner wanted. Banner wants more control. He wants to be a team president, but also deal with financial dealings of the team and the marketing side of it, the other aspects like that. So in all likelihood, the Holmgren era could very well be over.
Yeah.
The whole Holmgren, and maybe not Heckert. You don't know, because Heckert is a Philadelphia Eagles guy, which is where Banner comes from. I mean, it's tough to tell. And then that leads to the question, where does this leave Pat Shurmur? I mean, is he gone as quickly as he came in? Because I really think he would go down as a guy we all just kind of forgot was ever the head coach.
Yeah, it'd be very easy
If he
to.
leaves after this next season and we all list off coaches since expansion era, we're not going to list him because we're all going to forget. We're all going to be like, yeah, and then into this guy. What about that other guy? Sure. Oh, that was a coach?
Right?
I just thought he was some kind of like aide or something who was always just doing the press conferences.
Right? It was
No,
just
he's very quiet. It's probably just going to come and go. I mean, but either way, new owner coming to the Cleveland Browns could be official as soon as next month. It's pretty much set in stone at this point. I will say this. Everybody hates on Lerner. I don't hate the man. I don't blame him.
He did,
for what's
honestly,
happened.
He's not like he bought the team. The team was
It was
handed
given
to
to
him
him.
because his dad passed away. And he did the best he could with what he knew. He doesn't know football. He doesn't know about running a team. He did everything he knew to do.
It's not
and
his
maybe
field
he
at all.
should have and now we're starting to turn it around. And this just happens to be when he's selling it. I think he just he should have brought in like Mike Holmgren or somebody like Mike Holmgren in earlier, because with all these decisions he made with like the coaches and everything, obviously we weren't getting the best, but he didn't know any better. He did the best he could.
Honestly, that's how I feel. He did the best job that he could. It's not his field of expertise. He had no business owning a football team.
No.
It was just something he inherited. I look at it this way. Let's say you've never owned a dog in your life, right? I have a dog. You've seen the dog. You say hi to the dog. It's a nice dog. Fine dog. You've never owned a dog. I die, right? It's in my will. Give my dog to my co-host Ashley. Suddenly you have this dog
And I have
who's like,
no
it's
idea.
a fine dog. It's
Yeah.
a fun dog. It can catch the stick and whatnot. But I've never taken care of a dog in my
Yeah.
life. I don't know how to do this.
No, I'd be like, what? I gotta come home and let you out?
Yeah.
I gotta feed you.
It's
You
like-
can't. You can't go into the closet and feed yourself.
It never goes into the bathroom. And I don't understand what it's doing with its poop. I mean, that's what's going on with the Browns right now.
Or she walks in the door and he's sitting on the toilet with a newspaper.
I'd probably die.
And that's what's going on with the Browns right now. And
Yeah,
then you
he
have to
just-
hire someone, Mike Holmgren, to take care of your dog all day while you're off at work or wherever. And now it just gets to a point where it's like, it's a lot easier if I can give this dog to a home of people
Yeah.
that have dogs
Yeah.
and understand how to take care of
'cause
dogs.
It's not like he didn't care about the Browns because he grew up his whole life watching the Browns. He cared. He just didn't know how to
Exactly.
run an NFL team because, I mean, he's not really like a hardcore, I know everything about football. He owns the soccer team over in Europe. He knows
Aston Villa,
soccer.
he's more about that. But
And so, I mean, honestly, I think we probably could have got better quicker if Mike Holmgren could have come sooner, or if we could have got someone like him and just let him run the show. Because, I mean, next year, I think, or this coming up season, I think we're going to be pretty good.
I really think it's just, it's an open shut case of
Yeah.
this is
It's
best for everyone.
It's best for the team. It's best.
All right.
It's best
Now
for
you
everybody.
mentioned his soccer team, which of course is Aston Villa, which is over in Europe. Interesting continent that is. So let's go over to Europe now, more specifically England, more specifically London, and talk a little Summer Olympics, the only Olympics that matters. Let's be honest here.
No, Winter Olympics are pretty cool.
No, they're not.
You're a hater, man.
no,
you don't
I'm
like the bobsled.
I'm sorry. I
Or,
just like to be entertained. Is that
Dude,
criminal?
I love the Winter Olympics.
No,
Shaun
they're-
White turned
they're
up in the
pretty
half
stupid.
pipe.
They're pretty
just
stupid.
Pulling in
Skiing,
golds.
skiing, snowboarding is a children's game. That's at the X
Snowboarding
Games.
is challenging.
I'm not denying it's challenging. I'm just saying
how are you gonna hate-
it belongs at the X Games with their flat brim hat, sipping a Mountain Dew.
How are you gonna
talking
hate on
about
the
how
bobsled?
extreme? Not hating on. I'm not saying anything about bobsled. I'm saying snowboarding belongs with these.
You're hating on the whole Winter Olympics.
Hep cats at their X Games.
I'll get the snowboarding because it's kind of like it's that
What's
X
their
Games
marquee
jump.
event? Hockey. If that's your best foot forward,
And you're a hockey hater. I don't mind hockey.
I can't sit there and watch 2 weeks of it. Curling. I'll just say
Well,
curling.
yeah.
I'll say curling. I win. Anyways, back to summer.
But
All
I mean,
right.
there's everything else. Figure
Anyways.
skating. Woo.
Yeah, see, thank you for helping me look smarter here. All right. Anyways, total medal counts as they stand right now. Top 5, France with 7, Italy with 8, Japan with 11, United States and China tied with 17 apiece. China is winning in the gold, however, 9 gold medals to the US of A's 5 gold medals. USA pretty dominant performance today in the pools and on the karate mat. As far as the swimming goes, the the United States walks away with 2 golds, 2 silvers. The race of the day really was, you got to say Missy Franklin catching up for the women's 100-meter backstroke, and then you gotta give it up to the United States men on the 100-meter backstroke, where we finished first and second. So
yeah, buddy,
you gotta love that. And then of course, let us not belittle the bronze medal that the United States won today in lady judo. So
okay,
you know,
American women kicking some butt.
there you go, some ninja judo, karate, ninja turtle stuff, whatever. I mean, it's a sport, I guess. But, we need more golds. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Can't let China beat us in the gold. We have to do it. USA
China's
forever.
one of those things. If you
They're
don't win it all, you might not make it back to your country.
China's going to lead strong, but they're going to falter.
Yeah.
Once we get to track and field and stuff like that, how many? I'm going to, this is
bring
gonna
them in.
sound
As
racist.
long as we can beat the Jamaicans.
How many Asians do you see sprinting on a daily basis?
We'll get them in track and field as long as
0.
we can take out the Jamaicans.
Do you even think there's a
That'll
person
be a
in
little
China
tough,
that can throw a hammer?
Well,
I don't know if there is.
I don't know. They're really
Anyways,
little.
let's talk about the most important part of the Olympics.
Leave that to Thor.
Exactly. That's for like Finland or Norway or wherever he's from. But let's focus on what's important though. How bad was this opening ceremony? Oh my God! If you
didn't
missed
mind it.
you're lucky. I accidentally saw it, the whole thing, pretty much. There was a 40-foot tall Voldemort.
I missed that part. I'm sad.
Fighting like 100 Mary Poppinses. That's just a joke. That is the last 2 ceremonies, like opening ceremonies, were a joke. They're like, let's take everything dumb and stereotype about us.
Yeah, see that.
All they needed was a giant pair of bad teeth to really finalize it all. It was like 2 years ago, the closing ceremonies in Vancouver. They had like 10-foot tall Mounties with hockey sticks. Sprinkle some maple syrup on that. That is everything we make fun of you about.
You see, what they were trying to do is they were trying to give us a whole history rundown.
Why did they do a thing about their health care?
But they went a little too deep into it.
If anybody saw it, they had children. There was like children sick in a bed.
The fireworks show was the sweetest fireworks show I've ever seen in my life.
Fireworks are hard.
Those fireworks were legit.
Fireworks are hard to mess up. But my point is, there were little children.
No, but it was cool.
No. Great. But there were children in beds that were sick.
Yeah, that made no sense.
And then the nurses come over and heal them because they have universal health care. I don't care. I don't care about your health care, England.
That was too much. But
and the people dancing and like tweeting.
Yeah.
What was that? Like the first Olympics to acknowledge that Twitter exists.
Yeah.
We needed that. We really needed that.
They went too far into this whole.
If you like
history
sports, you love Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They went too much into it. I think, yeah.
You know what they should have shown? The real history and a bunch of knights fighting a dragon for 3 hours. I would watch that. They could like genetically make a dragon and fight it. That would be beautiful. And that's everything I think of when you say London. I think of knights slaying some dragons. I don't think of Mary Poppins going to the doctor's office to get birth control or whatever was going on. I don't get it.
I didn't get it all either.
Parts
of it were kind of cool, and the fireworks show was legit. Everything else was kind of, I'm confused.
I mean, fireworks are great, but
dude, I'm telling you, it was
does
sweet.
Fireworks.
Yeah, but it was sweet. Like when it went across the bridge and then out of the stadium and how they were going.
How about when James Bond brought the Queen?
That was pretty. That was cool.
See, that was funny. A fake Queen parachuting.
Yeah, that was cool because the Queen's like 99 years old.
Exactly. Everybody saw parachuting and they're all like, the Queen's going to die. The Queen is going to die at the Olympics on TV. Wow. That is history. I don't like this James Bond. I feel like, I don't like it because I feel like he's just his own movie and his own stuff. And then it was just like the entire country of England is just like endorsing that movie. Like, hey, Olympics are great.
That's because
Don't miss Skyfall.
No, it's because Daniel Craig is from Britain. He's from England.
So what?
They represent their people.
It'd be like if they were in America or something, and like America, it does our whole thing, and then at the very end we're just like, and don't miss Avengers in theaters May 4th.
No, it's because Daniel Craig is a huge actor, and he's from kind of. I mean, yeah, he's pretty big.
When's the Summer Olympics coming back to the U.S.?
Not anytime soon. Here's the Olympics rundown of what's coming. 2 years from now, the Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia. 2 years after that, Summer Olympics back in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil for the first time. 2 years after that, they go to Pyeongchang, South Korea. And after that, we don't know yet. They still got to do the bidding process and everything. They tried to get this one that's in London now. They tried to get in New York. And then the one that's going to be in Rio in 4 years, they tried to get in Chicago. I would love them to be in the United States simply from a time zone standpoint.
Right? This whole
Actually watch
knowing
the
what's
stuff in
happening
prime time.
before it happens.
There's no point in like 8 at night putting on swimming when I've already watched that stuff at 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. It really does. It just hurts the whole experience. I mean, at least China was an obscure enough time zone that it was sweet because it was like 4 a.m. or like 3 a.m. And I'm just like, oh, okay, weightlifting. Sure. It's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday and I'm watching weightlifting.
Yeah.
You know, that was sweet just because of the novelty of it. But now it's just, it's just perfectly in a position where it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not even like opposite where it's like, crazy stuff on at the middle of the night. No, it's like the prime viewing time is like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Which is just awful. It's like just in the terrible range.
Everybody's at work.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody's at work.
Everybody's at work and it's just conveniently on exactly when you're at work is the whole problem.
Pretty much.
And I'd love to see them come back to the United States.
Well, when it's in Rio, isn't Brazil sort of in the same time zone as us?
I mean, yeah.
So that'll work out.
I don't know if they're in our time zone. They might be in Central.
But it's close. It's close.
But exactly.
To
But
one
that means
of the America's
it's
time
only
zones.
we're looking at an hour, maybe 2 different from us.
Yeah. But
So
it's
like
still
the
in one
stuff
of the
for them is
Americas,
8, but like here it's 6, or I might have that backwards.
Yeah, it'd be the other
or
way.
the stuff the stuff for them is 8.
Yeah.
But we're watching it at 10. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can make do with that.
So I mean, I'll roll with that.
That'll be good. But then it's gonna be awful next winter because they're in Sochi, Russia.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same crap as the Summer Olympics in China.
Yeah, it's gonna be close to it. Yeah, right about in the middle of England and China. But and then Pyeongchang, that's gonna be terrible times as well.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think I'm gonna watch any of that Winter Olympics because I'm gonna have to go out of my way to watch skiing slalom.
Dude, you're a hater.
Did you see any of the canoe slalom this year?
No, I missed it, but I was intrigued by it.
It was delightful. The white water. And
I'm intrigued. They're like gonna be in a canoe.
The one thing I liked was the commentators
obstacles.
with their sing-songy British voices.
Oh boy.
This one guy goes through, and I'd never watched canoe slaloming, and I thought, what a terrible run. And then they said, what a brilliant run. And I was like, I guess that's what a good one looks like. And then the very next guy was French, and it's like, and now his bitter rival, his eternal enemy. And I was like, wow, this is very like standoffish for canoe slalom. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we get back here to find out what's urinating us off. We're going to talk about the Indians and the trade deadline and the answer to this week's poll question from Facebook. 3 up, 3 down, all that, so much more. Listen to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. User friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com.
I'm Eric Poston from NeoWeather.com, bringing you your MSC weather forecast here on this Monday, July 30th, 2012. Taking a look at your evening forecast, we will drop into the upper 60s with just a 30% chance of an isolated storm. Making our way into Tuesday, we'll stick with that storm chance as highs will reach the upper 80s. An isolated storm on Wednesday will be in the middle 80s, and towards the end of the week, we'll clear back out and we'll begin to rise into the upper 80s under partly cloudy skies on both Thursday and Friday.
Looking for reliable and affordable shoutcast audio or video hosting? JW JWN Media offers complete shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call Joe the Printer Guy! Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Hello and welcome back to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
It's Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
I've said it before, and I will say it again, the best starting lineup in sports radio, period.
Know it.
No!
That's how we
Olympic
roll.
fever, catch it. Hashtag
USA.
USA. Woo!
America.
We're number one because
yeah.
we called it and no one else did. Anyways, thank you for joining us tonight.
Now you just jinxed it.
I know. Well, no, I mean, like, that's why everyone's always like, why is USA number one? It's because we called it. Like, people are like, what makes you number one? Because we said dibs.
Yeah.
We said, hey, is anybody here number one? Nobody spoke up. And we're like, then I guess it's us. We
Number
punched
one.
England in the face. First day on the job, you pick on the biggest guy you can find. And
Yeah,
the
you
biggest
just-
one we could find was England. Revolutionary War happened. And here we are,
Number one.
king of the worlds,
Kick the big
King-
man in the teeth,
kings of the world.
take his throne, and you own it for life.
Anywho, whether you're listening to the show on one of many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thanks for making High on Sports a part of your Monday evening. Remember, as always, email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Tweet your questions to @high_on_sports. If you're talking about us or something we're talking about, tweet with the hashtag #HighOnSports. Get into the chat room. It asks for a password. You do not need to put one. Just put a name, hit enter. You're immediately logged in. Talking to myself, Ashley Von Erich, and whoever else may be in there. Get to the website, highansportsradioshow.com, for our archive of all our past shows. My blog, so much other fun stuff for you, highansportsradioshow.com. Facebook.com/highansports. Also on Facebook.com/highansports, you can find our weekly poll question, which should be up tonight, hopefully, if I remember. And you can vote on that, and we'll have the results of this week's poll question here in a little bit. And your voice can be heard on many important decisions. So, all right, let's get right into this here. We got a jam-packed second half for you. It is round two. Let's go. All right, it's time for a mainstay of High on Sports, and that is, of course, what's urinating us off. And we're going to start where we always do with Von Erich, and I happen to know he's got a doozy. Von Erich, what is urinating you off this week?
LeBron James is taking a lot of backlash, as he normally should, but not this time. He made a statement stating that this current lineup of NBA All-Stars in the Olympics could beat
See, I'm choking because it's
the
lies.
original Dream Team. And I have to agree with him on this.
Really?
Yes, this lineup that we have this
No!
year is
11 Hall of Famers on the Dream Team.
Well, let me get to that. First, I want to start with our current lineup. These are all guys in their prime in the NBA. Some of the guys putting up their best numbers just these past couple seasons. Now, when it comes to the 1992 Dream Team, yes, they were all Hall of Famers, but they were on the doorsteps of the Hall of Fame. Larry Bird barely played in the Olympics because his back was broken like Batman. And
Hey, spoiler alert.
with
Go
the
on.
with the exception of Christian Laettner and David Robinson, there was not a single player on that team under the age of 30.
It doesn't matter. They could still take them.
No, not at that stage in their careers.
Oh, I think they could. I think they could take them when they're 40.
No, I'm going to disagree with you there. These are all guys that great players, all Hall of Famers, like you said, with the exception of Christian Laettner, and of course him being the only young guy on the squad. But these are guys that did not play for much longer and were there basically as their swan song.
Hey, you want to know something? Let's look at just both these teams, right? 1992 Dream Team. Let's just look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had 6 NBA championships.
After.
Just him.
After.
Just Michael Jordan. I'm saying, like, not even the other members of the Dream Team. I'm not even counting their championships. Just from MJ, you got 6. From all of the 2012 team, the whole team, 7.
And 5 of them are Kobe Bryant.
One more than Michael Jordan himself.
And
Without even factoring the titles that Larry Bird won and
Magic
and Magic
Johnson.
Johnson.
And David Robinson, he got what, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4?
something like that.
Four?
Magic Johnson wasn't even in the league at the time the
It doesn't. He
Dream
was still
Team
in the
rolled around.
Olympics. He was in '92. Michael Jordan. That was before he even won his 6 championships.
Hold on. I got the
Scottie
two-
Pippen was on the team.
Hold on.
He hadn't-
Shh. I got the rosters right here. We'll share with the people. All right, here we go. Rosters for the 2012 men's basketball Olympic team. This is a current team. Tyson Chandler, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Darren Williams, Andre Iguodala, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Love, James Harden, who plays off the bench, Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, who hasn't played an NBA game, and Carmelo Anthony, who's never passed the
The
ball in
only
his life.
people who could handle the Dream Team are LeBron, Kobe, and Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm. The only ones that could hang with any member of the Dream
You could
Team.
make an argument, I would say, for Russell
Westbrook. Yeah, you can. Yeah, he can.
And I think Kevin Love is greatly underrated. But not to say he would make the Dream Team. But anyways,
Charles Barkley would
and here's
blow him in
the
the
Dream
face.
Team, like I need to tell you. David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, I say Chewing because he's earned that title, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Michael Air Jordan, Clyde the Glide, Drexler, Carl the Mailman Malone, John Stockton, Chris the white guy on the team Mullen, Charles Barkley, Irvin Magic Johnson, and Christian Leitner. Who cares? The Dream Team. It is made of dreams.
They beat everybody by more than 20 points.
You want to know something?
This team almost lost to Argentina.
They beat Argentina by 6.
Are you kidding me? Yes. Oh, they have Manu Ginobili. Whoop-de-doo. He's like 40 now.
And Luis Scola, he's 36.
Who's old too?
Yeah.
And they only beat him by 6.
It's just, in my mind, it is.
No, they couldn't even come close. The Dream Team would probably beat him by 20.
I think that's about right. I think anywhere from the 10 to 20 range.
It wouldn't even, yeah.
That would be my thing. We actually had Joe Dirt from UNN on Fridays post a question to High on Sports this week. He said, "How much do you think the Dream Team would win by?" He says, "I don't think." He said he doesn't think it would be a blowout. I think you're looking at easy 10 to 20 points, but I think at that point it could very realistically become a blowout because if you look at the current team, how many of these players, the LeBrons and the Kobes and such, are in the game late when they're losing?
None of them.
They don't know what to do. If they're standing there down like 15 in the fourth, they're like, "Wait a minute, what happens now?"
Yeah,
I don't
Kobe
get it.
Bryant's
This is when I'm
probably the
supposed to
only
sit down.
clutch one that could have brought him back.
I think this is going to be a close game.
No.
Yeah.
I think easy
No.
double digits. Easy
Easy.
double digits. Michael Jordan alone. Michael Jordan versus the
Alone.
2012
Yeah.
team.
he
Michael
was-
Jordan might win.
In 1992, he was on the doorsteps of his first retirement.
So what? You know what he did after his retirement?
He won 3 more
another 3 straight
championships.
rings.
Another 3 with Scottie Pippen.
Air Pippen.
Come on.
Air
It's not
Pippen
even close. And
himself.
anyone who said it's not even close.
They would beat them
Not
all,
even-
and Christian Leitner would sit on the bench and watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Hell, they
Applaud.
might even put him in the game because
Applauding.
they're up.
Applauding. This is
'Cause,
Christian
I mean,
Leitner's best move. That's right there.
You can't even. There's not one big man that could hang with Charles Barkley and Karl Malone.
And Magic Johnson is such a big point guard. I
And-
don't think
yeah.
anyone here could stop him.
No.
No, they could.
Really?
They could put no point guard on Magic Johnson.
No. What are they gonna? Yeah, Magic Johnson
Magic
against
Johnson
Chris Paul.
started a game in the finals at center once.
Yeah, it's gonna be Chris Paul defending Magic Johnson. Really, Chris Paul comes up to his hip. He's just gonna go around him and dunk on him, or dish it to Larry Bird for a 3.
I think there's a lot of talent on the 2012 team.
But it's
I
not
just
we're
don't
close.
think it's a lot of team.
It's not
Especially
team
you've got
talent.
you've got Carmelo Anthony, in my mind, the most overrated superstar.
Oh my God, yeah.
In the entire NBA.
He doesn't- yeah.
Maybe in all of sports. Well, Mark Sanchez, but no. I mean, in the NBA
But-
at least. Because
Yeah,
he drops 40 points, but how many freaking shots did he take to
When
get?
you shoot 70 shots, you better drop 40.
This
Or
is
you need
a
to go
weak-
back to
this is a
kindergarten
weak
basketball.
Team.
It really is.
Look who they're missing too. No Blake Griffin.
No
Dwight
Dwight
Howard.
Howard.
No Derrick Rose. No Chris Bosh. No Dwayne Wade. You give them those 5 guys, I'll have this talk.
Maybe.
I'll have
I
this
still
talk.
think the Dream Team would still win, but it wouldn't be a blowout.
But I'd have the discussion.
Yeah.
I'd sit there and gentlemanly.
I'd let you
debate.
have your. Oh, I think they could win, but no, not with this
Michael
lineup.
Jordan, Carl the Mailman Malone, John, we got it in Stockton. I mean, they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
Some of those nicknames aren't even real. That's how awesome they are. Charles Bark like a dog Barkley. That was skinny Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
That was Charles Barkley in shape.
When he was
Not this one who dressed like a woman in the Jenny Craig commercial. Not that one. This wasn't Hitler mustache on the airplane talking about underwear Michael Jordan. This
was 92 Michael Jordan.
This
who
was
lighting people
Space
up.
Jam Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
Not
And
even a discussion. Not
Michael
even.
Jordan could defeat cartoon aliens in basketball.
Yeah, and he stood
No
his
one
arm
in the NBA right
like
now
a-
has even
a
tried.
half length of a court
A half-court dunk. No one else could even do that.
while being held back by a giant building-size alien.
Right? Giant alien. Cartoon aliens. Who else here has gotten an assist from Bugs Bunny?
Exactly.
Not a one.
Exactly.
That's who. Not a one. Did you ever see the old like AT&T commercials where it was like Tweety on the phone with Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
And it was just like, "Are you sure we're not related?" And he's like, "No, man, I'm sure." He's like, "Well, we have the last name and the resemblance is there." And it just shows Tweety looking at a picture of Larry Bird. And it's like, "Oh, Tweety, you're nuts. You're nuts, Tweety. Cut that out." Anyways, lost my point a while ago. But the Dream Team would win. The dream is alive today. How many years has it been? 20 years?
20, yeah.
20 years. Man, I'm old. I was one.
I was 3.
Jeez. I was one.
Well,
and
I was
remember it-
turning 3 because it was a Summer
I
Olympics.
remember
so
it all like it was
I
20
was
years ago.
Almost 3.
Anyways, glad we could clear that discussion up. And now, as your reward for that vicious beating, Von Erich, we're going to talk a little baseball.
Works for me.
To show no hard feelings. We're going to talk a little Cleveland Indians here. Obviously, starting local. Really bad weekend for the Tribe.
Ooh.
I think it's safe to say that. They're off today.
I'm not sure what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. They were swept by the Twins.
You don't take 2 out of 3 from Detroit and then get swept by the worst freaking team in the American League. What the hell?
Well, anyways, the trade
What
deadline
the
is
hell?
tomorrow at 3 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. 3, 4 o'clock, something like that, p.m., and that is Eastern Standard Time. I'm just going to come right out this plain and simple, Von Erich. Who, if you have to pick from the current roster right now, who will play their next game in a different uniform?
Ideally, the Tribe would like to get rid of some of their non-younger talent, some of the older guys like a Derek Lowe or a Casey Kochman or even a Shin-Soo Choo, but odds are there's not really a market for a guy who like Lowe who's struggling or Kochman who's
Which is
only
funny because there
upside.
are 2 free agents that we signed.
Yeah, his only
Well,
upside
Lowe
is
was a trade.
defense right now. He's not hitting the ball, so it's going to be very limited to anyone who might want those guys. Shin-Soo Choo, on the other hand, is the most likely candidate, but where he goes, we'd have to get a plethora of guys in return.
Yeah, because I figure we need a hitter, but Chu is hitting.
Is Chris Perez still on the table? Are we still dangling him out there for other teams to try to eat?
I'm sure they're entertaining offers, just like we've gotten some phone calls about trading Justin Masterson. But unless it's, an unbelievable deal that we just can't pass up, I don't think they're going to make a move to let one of our bigger name guys go.
Oh, we
Yeah.
have a big update, by the way, as far as the trade front goes. Ryan Dempster still doesn't know where he's going.
Yeah, it's looking like the L.A. Dodgers deal is not going to come through. So
It's only been a week.
So he may entertain another offer from Atlanta.
How many starts has he had since he was traded by the Cubs?
2?
Like at least 2. That's weird. Anyways, also, now there's reports that the Phillies are going to lay low for a little bit, see what happens. But the Rangers are interested again in Cliff Lee. So, that's something to keep an eye on. Rangers get Lee again.
This is not a repeat from 2010.
That's scary stuff. But then again, he has been having such a bad season.
He's got, 1 win in like a
a
million
win.
starts?
Speaking
It's
of
not
good
really
moves,
his fault
though.
that he's not getting run support.
Yeah.
Speaking of good, in Texas, he'd have run support. No
That's
doubt about
true.
that. Big news coming out, though, in the trade department this weekend. Zach Greinke traded to the Angels. In your professional opinion, Von Erich, The records being what they are the Angels the team to watch out of the West now, or does Texas still hold that mantle?
Texas holds it for now, especially if they can pick up a top-notch starter like a Josh Johnson or someone of that caliber, which they are really trying to do, especially since they've lost Colby Lewis for the entire year. He's going to have surgery, and if he already hasn't. But if Texas does not pick up a starter, then yes, Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles would be the team to watch in the West.
I mean, that pitching rotation alone is just absolutely scary. And then you throw in the hitting, and you figure they got Torrey Hunter, Albert Pujols, Mike Trout. I mean,
that kid came out of that kid's legit.
Boy, would it be fun to watch them end the season tied and go at it. I mean, that would be good television had by all. If somehow, I wish they could be the 2 wild card teams. I wish somehow that could happen. Like we get, I don't know, the Mariners.
Oakland would have to take over the West.
Nah, the Mariners come out of nowhere. Like a streak of lightning. Finally freed from Ichiro. So now they can win. I don't know. By the way, also reports coming out that a third mystery team could soon pop up in the Ryan Dempster talks. No idea who that team could be, but there is a possibility. They're saying now that it seems like the Braves are the likely destination, but don't rule out another magical team appearing out of thin air, much like Cliff Lee. If you'll recall, a couple years ago when he was a free agent, and Cliff Lee was down to what was it? It was either go back to the Rangers or go to the Yankees, and we knew those were the 2 choices, and then...
Boom!
Oh, he's a Philly. Like, there was no talks like Philly's now in the talk. There was like Cliff Lee to make his decision. I picked the third one.
Well, it's the same. What? It was the same with Pujols when he went to the Angels.
That's true.
The Angels weren't even in the talks. It's like, okay, Chicago, maybe he'll re-sign with St. Louis.
That was a lot of the media trying to think there'd be clues and like a trail to follow, like it was a Scooby-Doo mystery.
I really thought he would have re-signed with St. Louis, coming off a World Series. And then,
I don't know.
What? He's in LA?
That, though. It was like, that
How
was
the hell
thing.
did that happen?
You just won with your team. Is that motivation to win again? Or is that like, well, I've done what I can. It's time to go somewhere else?
My thing is, if you win a championship with someone, you don't leave. How do you not defend your ring?
But I mean, it's the fact that he has 2 rings for St. Louis.
I mean, that makes sense. But
so why wouldn't he fall? I'd follow the money at that point. I think I would. Unless we factor in the hometown thing. But his hometown is not in the United States, so he can't exactly go play there for real money. But I mean, if I'm in a team and I was like their best player and I was this transcendent, maybe one of the best hitters we've seen in decades, like we have with Pujols, and I won 2 rings in this town, and then someone else is offering me more money, I'd say it's been a fun ride, guys, and I'd love to do it again in the next life or whatever. But this money's calling my name. You know, go get paid. Why not? Why not? Anyways, so yeah, trade deadline is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Remember, Facebook.com/HighOnSports. We will give you up-to-the-minute updates on all the trades that go down between then and now. If they're a major trade, if somebody trades some prospects for some other prospects, we're not going to waste your time with that in your timeline. But, by the way, Indians did make a trade since last we spoke. Isn't that right? Lillibridge. Lillibridge.
Everyone was excited about that.
Oh, right.
Man.
We got a utility guy who's batting 170.
Chance of Lillibridge
212.
spreading the city. Lillibridge. It was deafening.
Low 200 batting average.
It was absolutely deafening.
Woo!
The whole city did the wave.
Yeah.
At once. People got out of their cars
and just did the wave.
And did the wave all down the highway. It was impressive. Lillibridge.
Oh my God.
Lillibridge. So there's that. All right, well, we're nearing the end of the show here, so it is time for 3 up, 3 down as we end the show the same way we always do. And we're going to start, again, the same way we always do, with down number 3. Down number 3 is Hungary, the country, not the state of wanting food. Because their water polo team lost in the first round. No big deal, you say to your computer right now. Well, I tell you no, it is a big deal, as water polo is widely considered the national sport of Hungary. Look at this. Look how internationally aware I've become over these 3 days of Olympics. Poor Hungary. Anyways, down number 2, the Cleveland Indians. Swept by the last place Twins, we know. We talked about that. Down number 1, and this is just from my opinion. This one is not from numbers or hard stats like I always do. Down number 1, the City of London. for having the worst opening ceremony of anything ever of all time.
And a fake queen jumping out of a plane.
We still haven't had it confirmed that was fake. I'm just putting that out there. There's been no official word of who that was. As far as we know, it was the 90-something-year-old queen. But let's not forget the Mary Poppins is fighting that 40-foot tall Voldemort.
Mary Poppins.
And then J.K. Rowling was there, and she just read. You got a giant crowd and millions upon millions of people watching around the globe.
What was she supposed to do?
And you just read. Not have her there. Or have her there and wave or something.
They gotta bring in their important
good, we have the entire world. All right, everyone sit quietly
well,
as
what did
Miss
she
Rowling
read? Like
reads
London
an
history?
excerpt.
Yeah, she read something.
No, she read
important.
like part of the book or something. The Harry Potter's books, like the Goblet of Wizard
Mr. Bean was there playing
Magic.
the piano.
That was good.
funny.
Mr. Bean is quality entertainment.
Yeah.
That's that cheeky British humor we all love.
Just doot doot.
Anyways,
Playing the piano.
uptime we leave on a positive note.
All we need is Benny Hill.
That's right. That's right. Where was that? Where was that with the Queen running around getting chased by some Buckingham Palace guards? I would have loved that. Up number 3, Jimmy Haslam will soon be owning an NFL team. Of course, I mean the Browns. Up number 2, we just talked about this. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim added former Cy Young winner Zach Greinke to their already dominant pitching rotation. And up number 1, the person who's had the best week so far in all of sports is persons, because it's the country of China, leading all nations in gold medals. It's still a small gap. The United States can cross it. It's 5 medals for the U.S. in gold.
Come
9
on, America.
for China. We can do it.
Let's go, America.
We can do it. 300 million strong. Only they're, about 2 billion. So we're not going to win a numbers game, or science or math or medicine or anything
But we'll
like
win
that.
this medals
But
game,
we
America.
will run faster than you, America!
You know it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us this week. Next week, of course, we're getting ever so close to the return of football. Only a few short weeks till the Browns open up the preseason against the Detroit Lions. So many other things. We'll be really in the thick of the pennant race and everything in August and all that stuff. So all that and so much more. For Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We will see you next week, same time, same place on MorningShowCentral.com. #USA.
America.